Welcome to the Glow Report Media. 29-year-old Tyre Nichols was pulled over by Memphis police during a routine traffic stop and severely beaten for 3 minutes, leaving him hospitalized. He died 3 days later. This is the story of Tyre Nichols. Tyre was a renowned skateboarder who loved taking pictures of sunsets. He worked at FedEx and had a 4-year-old beautiful son. On January 7th, Tyre was pulled over by the police. The police stated that the traffic stop was due to reckless driving. But later, the Memphis police chief said that footage showed no evidence of probable cause for the traffic stop. Keep that in mind. The officer opened Tyre's driver's door, pulled him out, and wrestled him to the ground. You can hear him say, "I didn't do anything." The officer then forcefully pinned him to the ground while shouting threats. Then the officer proceeded to use a stun gun on the young man. Tyre managed somehow to break free and started running in the direction of his mother's home. When the body cam video was released, it shows Tyre on the ground while officers slapped and pushed him. You could hear him scream, "Mom." He was kicked in the face, beaten 3 times with a baton, sprayed on the face with chemicals, and punched 6 times, all within 3 minutes. Tyre was then dragged to a nearby car and pumped up in a seated position. However, his body slumps down. It took 60 minutes for medics to arrive. Meanwhile, these evil cops stood around chatting. My gosh. His last words calling out for his mother. So devastating. Tyre lost his life 3 days later on January 10th. This story has created a community outrage, rightfully so. The 5 cops have been charged with second-degree murder. We currently await the trial. But I really hope that these cowards be found guilty and sentenced to the maximum sentences. Rapper NLE Choppa organized a peaceful protest in honor of Tyre while chanting, "Skate for Tyre." Organizers around the United States have also been protesting justice for Tyre. An interesting commentary came from a coon, aka Jason Whitlock. Listen to what this fool had to say.
This is a story about young black men and their inability to treat each other in a humane way. Everybody involved in this on the street level was either 24 to 32 years old. Everybody. It was a group of young black men, 5-on-1. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected some or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers. If we want to discuss the breakdown of family that leads to disrespect for authority, that causes you to resist the police and run from the police and not comply with the police because you resist authority at all time, because there was no male authority in your home, let's have that.
Wow, my mouth is literally to the ground. Why is he throwing black women under the bus over an incident involving men? How does a black woman police chief have to do with the action of these black officers? Make it make sense. Does he know whether these black cops were raised by a single mother? Come on. This is the lowest and the most embarrassing thing ever, that a black man will go on a white man platform and speak nonsense. Wow, he is definitely a clown for this. Shout out to Ciara for calling him out. Here's what she had to say. As a black man, to get on national TV and say something like this is irresponsible, she tweeted on Saturday, January 28th. A lot of amazing kids have come from a single mother. For you to also undermine single black women in the midst of this tragedy is so sad. This woman just lost her son. Do better. Yes, Ciara, you tell him, girl. Let's keep the family, friends, and 4-year-old son of Tyre Nichols in our prayers. May his soul rest in peace, and may we continue to say his name and justice for Tyre Nichols. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Othelia Joy with your enjoyment. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, share, and hit the notification button as well. And don't forget to like this video. Mwah! Sending joy!